With Godzilla King of the Monsters arriving in theaters, we finally got to see how some of the Toho classic monsters would look with the legendary Monsterverse treatment. Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah are easily the next top 3 kaiju in popularity behind Godzilla, and I think that all of their updates were handled amazingly well for their American-made film debut. To be honest, after seeing some of the early concept art for these familiar monsters, I knew that the looks were heading in the right direction. However, it would be the added, legendary design and created Titans that would surprise me in an unexpected way, even though their time on camera would be brief. We don't have all the information needed to do a complete Titan Explained video, but I couldn't wait to take a closer look at these monstrous creatures, so let's dive in and begin with perhaps one of the oldest Titans with Titanus Methuselah. Like many of the Titans that would appear in Godzilla King of the Monsters, Titanus Methuselah is named after a biblical reference. Mike Dougherty was going for a godlike feel to the Titans for Godzilla 2, where even the advanced humans were like tiny ants in their presence. The name Methuselah itself is in reference to a patriarchal figure who is in several different religions. Even today, the name Methuselah is still brought up when the idea of extended human lifespans is mentioned. This is due to the stories of how Methuselah was able to live to the age of 969 years old. Because of the name, many have wondered just how old this Titan really is, and if it could be one of the first to walk the Earth or live below its crust. We've learned from the synopsis for Godzilla vs. Kong that the humans will be searching the hollow Earth below Skull Island for the secrets to the creation and/or evolution of the Titans. It would be interesting to me if Methuselah is somehow tied into this. We've learned from the post-credit scene that something is attracting Titans to Skull Island. Is the Big M one of those monsters making its way there, possibly showing up in the next Monsterverse film? We first see Titanus Methuselah in Godzilla King of the Monsters after King Ghidorah is released from its icy prison, and it puts out a call to wake up the other Titans. Here is where we see the all too brief shot of the monster, and it's pretty much the same amount of screen time that we saw of it during the trailers. Held at a Monarch Outpost number 67 in Munich, Germany, this is likely a reference to Son of Godzilla, which came out in 1967. We see this with other outposts like 55 for Godzilla Raids Again, 61 for the Mothra solo film, 75 for Terror of Mechagodzilla, and 91 for Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Once awoken, the mighty Methuselah would burst out of the mountainside, with most of it still attached to its back. What we now know from looking at the concept art and reading the novel is that Titanus Methuselah is a quadruped or 4-legged titan with a mammalian-looking face. Although it wasn't so evident in the film, from the concept art we can see that one of its main features are its large bull-like horns, which would likely be used as both a defensive measure and an offensive weapon. By the creature's stance and shoulders, it should be able to put its full considerable weight behind these horns, making any other Titan, including Godzilla, not wanting to end up on the wrong end of its charge. During its brief appearance, the Titan's eyes seemed to be lacking pupils, giving it a menacing look, while its back was still covered with the mountains and forests, creating or sitting atop its armored shell. I can't help but wonder if the mountains are fused to the shell more than simply sitting upon it. Kind of like how Rodan has adapted its volcanic surroundings into its body and wings. Titanus Methuselah is also noted to have spines along its back and a strong clubbed tail. Basically, this thing is a huge, massively armored tank. In the King of the Monsters novel, a German man tells his girlfriend right before the awakening of the Titans that a mountain in his village wasn't always there. He spoke of a traveler who, upon returning home, found an entire mountain range in place of where his village once was, leading us to believe that in his absence, the Titan Methuselah came along and crushed the village, going into a slumber and becoming the local mountain range. So what do you guys think of this new Titan? I personally think it's awesome that we're getting both classical Toho updated monsters along with brand new legendary creations. And as much as I like the Mutos, some of these new Titans beyond the other new Muto have a more naturalistic look to them, yet some of them not so much, but we'll get to those in another episode. I may do a more in-depth Titan Explained video if we get more information such as size and weight measurements and any other good bits of information. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this new Titan or any of the other new monsters down below. And as always, I just want to say thanks for watching. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions go a long way towards helping the channel grow, Thanks again, and I hope to see you next time.